Okay, so this is my follow-up to the Hurricane Michael cover-up, and I decided to do it through YouTube because there's really not a way to subscribe and follow people as well that I know of on Facebook. I'm not a technical genius, so being a little bit older, I think I don't know how to use tools as well as everyone else. But this is the follow-up, the answers that I've been looking for. I've got not all of them. There's one significant thing that I'm still working on. I'll try to share that in a subsequent video if I can get it. But I have some of the information that I really needed. So for those of you who have been affected by Hurricane Michael, I'll quickly tell you, I'm from Lynn Haven, Florida, was born and raised there, lived there for like 22 years. I have a lot of friends still there. If you saw the other video, you know that I came down there 10 days after the hurricane, not to just look. I came down to try to see if I could help. Some of my friends who were down there, you know, I came down, and our prayers are still with you. Our family and I are trying to pray for you on a nightly basis, and I know it's really, really tough. There's still 10 to 15,000 people living in tents. Another gentleman I met, you know, he and his kids are living in a tent in their driveway. The stories are really tough. It's some areas are like a third world country. You go to east of the bridge into Panama City, Lynn Haven area, all the way to Mexico Beach. You just cannot imagine the how bad things are. You go to the west of there, and it's almost like nothing happened. It's just really strange. But I'm here to tell you about the follow-up. Please share this video because you're going to get some information, and I think it's going to be very helpful. One major mistake that I made in the first video, I'm going to try to correct that now because I have the follow-up information which said, hey, dummy, this is really what happened. So I got that information as well. So I'm going to start with that. So one of the things that I said in the previous video was that the wind speeds over in Mexico Beach were 260 miles per hour. That was incorrect. The wind speed meter was showing 260, but it's 260 kph, kilometers per hour, translates into roughly 161 miles per hour sustained winds before that device was taken down by the storm. Now, the USGS, the United States Geological Survey or Service, USGS, has done some homework for us. So a lot of the questions we had have been answered. I will post that link below this video. I've already posted on the first video I did on Facebook. It's there, but I'm going to take that link and I'll post it here as well. But here's what the USGS has come back and said, and this is significant. That 161 mile per hour sustained wind speed is still a Category 5. That is still significant information. The USGS is aware of that. The USGS also came in and did. I mean, this is right behind the storm. They came in and measured the storm surge. There's a couple ways to do that. You can read the full article, but basically, I will tell you this: the storm surge in Mexico Beach, and why a lot of people. They didn't leave because they were not in a floodplain. Well, the storm surge was right around 20 feet, a little more. It looks like closer to 21 feet, which is a significantly high level. You compare that to Opal, you compare that to Katrina and some other storms. It's right up there at the top. So there's no wonder that there was just a lot of loss of life. And I believe now, after having the conversations with some people that I'll read. Again, I'm not going to share names, and it's not because I don't want to. I mean, I want to get this out in the open, but I've been told again these people are going to lose their jobs. One of them that I'm going to share with you is a meteorologist in Panama City. He was a meteorologist there for 30 plus years, well respected. The information that I got directly through him. This is a meteorologist in Panama City, Florida. Was that there were sustained winds of 165 miles an hour or more for more than 45 minutes. And it sounds like most of that was 180 miles an hour, thereabouts. So we're seeing what the USGS is saying. We're looking at the wind speed measurements over Mexico Beach. And now we have a meteorologist from Panama City. This is not somebody with something in their backyard. This is a meteorologist from Panama City that is saying for at least 45 minutes there were sustained winds of about 180 plus miles per hour. That's easily a Category 5 storm, people. You all in Panama City, God bless you, in Bay County, Lynn Haven, Mexico Beach, you all were pounded by a Category 5 storm. That's just almost unreal. So several other people have given me measurements, but I want to get the correct information out about what we got from Mexico Beach, which it was not 260 miles per hour, 260 kilometers per hour, which translates into 161 miles per hour. And now you know what a meteorologist there in Panama City said. He basically said, hey, it was Category 5. It was sustained for at least 45 minutes in the area that we were able to measure. And he's been doing this for you all there in Bay County for 30 years. So you should be able to accept that as some good information. Now, there's a piece that I can't do it in this video. I'm not going to put something out here in the public. I'm not going to say something that I can't substantiate with some claims, some significant claims. So I'm not going to go back and talk right now about in any detail about the coroner saying that a lot of the people that died, that it was suicide. I don't have that in writing, but I do have a credible source, but I can't validate it yet. But I'm going to read two things from you here from people that I have known, and they're still in the Panama City area, not in Panama City area. They've been there for a number of years. And this is not the only two people that have reached out to me, okay? So when I tell you this, when I read with you, when I'm getting ready to read to you, this is not the only two people. These are just really credible sources. And I'm not even going to redact some of the wording here because I do not want people to get fired. Okay, so I have known this person for in excess of 35 years. Very good friend. Saw the video. I had not talked with this person at all about the storm, about this. So I'm going to read. This is pretty short. So Brad, just caught your video on the Michael Coverup. I wanted to share some info privately. I've got to skip this next part because I cannot. It just says basically it would put his job in jeopardy if I were to tell you this. Just days after the storm, he told me the death toll was already 50 to 60. This is just a few days after the storm when they were still reporting in the teens. That's what the media was still telling you. It was so bad that they were no longer following protocol of staying with the deceased while they were waiting for the coroner. They just called it in, marked the pavement in front of the house or area, and moved on. They were told to break protocol. Your info is absolutely true about the cause of death. The only way the MEs, medical examiners, the only way the MEs are attributing it to the storm is if a tree fell on someone or a piece of flying debris was the cause, etc. Keep in mind, this was blah, blah. He said that, gosh, I got to be careful. He said that this area had 100+ residents that didn't leave. And I can't remember the exact numbers, what this person said. This was a few days after the storm. They were presuming all to be deceased. I don't know of this date how many have been accounted for. I also heard something similar regarding the difference between what insurance pays for Cat 5 and Cat 4. This person says, don't know if this is true or not. I have some follow-up information on that, but I'm not going to go into that today. There are some things that can happen between a Category 4, Category 5, and storm surge, but I don't think it's insurance related. So I think that's kind of a null and void comment as of now. I've also heard the theory kicked around that the government is attempting to minimize the damage because of the military bases here. I don't know about that either. But the middle of this, the meat of what I just read you, literally relates to the amount of deceased there in the area. And I personally think it relates to PR and people coming back or people leaving or people wanting to live there and devaluing of land. And then perhaps some ramifications, insurance ramifications. But look, I'm not gonna make too much conjecture. I'm only going to say this is the information I've gotten from a very, very credible source. And I'm also going to read this one to you. This one's a little bit shorter. And again, I have known this person for almost, I'm getting old, almost 30 years. So I'll be 50 soon. This is almost 30 years, maybe 25 years. I'm still in talks about a job. I'm still doing this job in the Panama City area, and I cover several other states. had lunch with a local physician on Tuesday of this week, and he confirmed approximately 300 in the Bay Medical Morgue. And then 1,100 plus would be his guess of citizens in the countywide area that did not survive. This number comes from local intel authorities. So I cannot answer specifically about the medical examiners, and I have not seen any death certificates. So I'm reading you what I got here. Listen, I've gotten probably 10 different replies like this, but I wanted to share this with you specifically because I've known these people so long. They have no reason to lie. I have no reason to lie. There's no reason for me to say anything, to substantiate or validate this without, I'm just from Panama City, and I want the truth to be revealed. So there's not this cloud hanging over the storm. I love Panama City, the Bay County area. Had I not fallen a little more in love with Tennessee, I'd be there because I got family and a lot of friends there. But bless y'all. Please share this. Subscribe below because the follow-ups I'm going to do here, if you will subscribe to my channel, I will post the follow-up information. And I think there's going to be 2 more videos based on the information I've gotten back. I just really want to get it in writing. And again, do the same thing I did there. I want to redact the information so nobody gets in trouble. Don't want people to lose their jobs. Don't want people to get reprimanded. It's not a time when people need to lose their jobs here in Panama City. Anyway, y'all be blessed. Y'all have a good Thanksgiving. I hope y'all have a good Thanksgiving weekend now we're closing out. And Merry Christmas to y'all. Hopefully I'll be back before Christmas rolls around. Thanks.